the system completely changed the experience of grid. I mean, we had shown it before in other occasions with different sound systems, but this is like truly mind-blowing what we have here. And people that come in, you know, the show is like 35 minutes, but people come out after 2 hours. It's so captivating how the sound kind of is woven together with the visual, that the effect that it has on the body and on your emotions is very tight. Grid is a large-scale kinetic installation that I conceived together with Robert Henke. And I think we started with Grid about 7 years ago. It's our second collaboration. Show it first at the Fête de Lumière Light Festival in Lyon. After that, we toured it on several occasions and also in different sizes. And yeah, this is a version that we updated, of course, from the visual animation side and also from the side of the audio, of course. And we adapted it to the current system here in the room on this sound side and also on the visual side. Grid is, in that sense, is an immersive experience that it encompasses your whole field of reception. So you're either in it or you're watching it from the side, but it kind of encompasses your whole field of view and your whole kind of feeling and experience. The room is pitch black, you don't have any orientation. So the light installation and the sound is the only thing that you perceive. So in that sense, it's kind of immersing your whole body into the experience.
Well, working with X1 was a extremely satisfying experience, I have to say, and was one of the reasons why I agreed on doing this update, which is a significant amount of work. But for a system that is that flexible, it sounds amazingly good. Actually, working with it was a lot of fun for exactly that reason. It's a technology that is very new, but to my really pleasant surprise, a lot of the potential problems you can have with multi-speaker arrays and beamforming don't show up with this system.
For me, working with the X1 HOLOPLOT system was a kind of out-of-this-world experience, because I'm coming from the visual side, but I'm always very strongly interested in having an audio collaborator and also an audio expression that matches the visual on the same level. I had the feeling for the first time that we could modify the audio in a way as a material completely free of any constraints of the system, that you did not think about the technical specifications anymore while working with it. It was kind of very fluid, very natural, very like a material that you can form and shape and manipulate in any way you want. Yeah, that was a fantastic experience for the very first time.
There is a part at the very end of the piece of the loop where there's almost nothing going on visually anymore. And I used that visually very quiet moment to focus on exploring very focused beams. So at the end we have, I think, 4 or 6 beams that are very narrow, some of them going down to the ground, some of them are reflecting from the walls. And you get this interesting effect that if you walk around, there's almost silence, and suddenly you experience a sound which is almost in your head. And then you move 50 centimeters away and the sound is gone. These are the things that you can only do with either a very, very big wavefield synthesis array or with the X1. These things were not possible before with the other very standard kind of 6 or 8 channel multi-speaker system we used before. And well, if you have such a technology, then of course you can do new things. If you come in and you're experiencing the piece, it's rarely that you have the impression that sound comes out of speakers. Sound is just existing. The sweet spot of the system, the way it is installed here, is very broad. So the sound might be different in different locations of the room, but there's always a sense of consistency. As a matter of fact, I think the possibilities of the system are probably not nearly explored enough to even have a good answer to that. I could imagine using 1 or 2 of these arrays just in a very well-treated room, or even the opposite, in a very reverberant room, and just trying to explore what happens. It has to be explored. So, as I said, it's like an instrument. I believe that the possibilities of the system are yet to be discovered. We know what it does technically, but we don't have an idea yet what would be the most amazing artistic things to do.
Our objective is really to make our technology and our system invisible. If the listener in the end cannot identify what the speaker system did and where it was positioned, I think then we have done a great job. Our matrix array has very specific wavefield synthesis capabilities. Wavefield synthesis is a spatial audio reproduction procedure that allows to recreate original wavefronts or virtual sources in a space, which leads to an experience that every visitor at any position has a correct and the same localization of an audio object. Here, our beamforming capabilities that we have with the X1 really helped us because it allows us to position certain arrays more flexibly than you can usually do that with conventional technologies. Another challenge is that within dark matter, there are several light installations in very close proximity to each other. The grid is a very powerful piece that obviously has Robert Henke's sound creation as one of the major elements. So limiting the noise emission from this installation to not spill over into the other installations was a key aspect of our system design. And here our X1 really excels because that's what our beamforming technology is made for. We limit the sound to the audience and really reduce that spillover into other areas. The symbiosis between Christopher Bauder's kinetic light installation, the amazing musical piece from Robert Henke, and HOLOPLOT's technology have really created an outstanding, unprecedented immersive experience that we are quite proud to be part of.